Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. So the last Mirage event, Everlasting Blizzard Northern Cold, is now available. And this is the event where you'll be able to earn legendary relics as a reward. It's the Golden Cyclone, Blade of Agony, and Guardian Angel. There are 3 legendary relics that you can possibly earn. And the way this works is you collect trophies. And there's 2 stages. You can collect up to 4,000 trophies, and that will get you the first legendary relic. And then if you have additional trophies that you can earn, then you can potentially get the second and the third relics as well, if you can go up to 8,000 points. The breakdown of the points is if you have Mirage, you should be able to obtain 4,000 points because you get 2,000 from using the special ability and dealing enough damage. And then also from going through each of the levels, winning it one time with Mirage on your team. And so by doing this, you're going to be guaranteed to have 4,000 points, and that will get you the first relic. Then after that, you would then want to battle level 20 as many times as you can to earn the remaining 4,000 points. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the various different levels to help you get through the levels and see what you can do. These levels are recycled. In other words, there are 4 different teams starting from level 1 to level 4, and then you see the same heroes again. They just get a little bit faster and a little bit more difficult. And so what I want to do is I want to start at level 13 or battlefield 13. This is basically the same as the team from level 1. And I'm going to go through the 4 different teams. I'm going to show you the makeup of the various different teams that you can use, and then hopefully it'll help you get past the level. And then we can talk about the relics afterwards. So let's get started. And by the way, there is a challenge for the event that can earn you 1,000 points if you use Mirage's special ability 300 times. A very easy way to do this is to go into the Moon Dust Rift. You can go to 20 or the highest one you can, and then basically put Mirage in with as many healers as you can. What you want to do is you basically want no other enemies to deal damage except for Mirage. And then once you set this up, you can just use your speed ticket. I would say start with 10 runs and then see how many you get, and then maybe do another 5 after that. Just go in increments of 5, and then you should really easily get the 300 activations that you need so you can earn the points. It's actually a really easy way to get past that for an easy 1,000 points. So hopefully this gets you that much closer to getting a relic. So we'll get started with level 13 here, as I mentioned, and the fastest speed of the enemy here is going to be Streetbach, and his speed is going to be 310. So you want to bring at least 2 heroes that can be faster than 310. And so I have here Streetbach, and Awad is one of the heroes I have that is faster than 310. I built him to be speedy so that he could actually be very useful as a mana generator. If you don't have Sigil, Awad is a good substitute, and this team will also help you prevent you from getting debuffed. Every level in this in this event will have a there will be a debuff that is applied for the entire team, and this one is called Cold Fire, which gives your enemies more damage if they can land burn status on you. So you want to prevent yourselves from getting burns. And the other thing is all of the enemies are completely immune to stun, sleep, freeze, and silence. So there's a lot of heroes off the bat that you can't use. But you can see here, I have 3 heroes here that can go first, and this is going to be very useful as I get started with setting myself up so that I can actually use my skills. What I want to do is I want to try and knock down the heroes that are going to be the most difficult for me, and that is going to be Perrin, and that is also going to be Uma Umi. All right, and so as much as I can, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can actually get my activations going, and sometimes if you need to use a potion to get that if you can. And I also have here a potion which is Tank's Nectar, which gives you immunity. So in a situation where you can't get any spell shield or immunity on, use this right before the enemies go to give yourself a little protection. And in fact, it's also a good idea to do this now, because what you do is you can get additional defense, so you get less damage. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just, attack Perrin. And you notice that I have Rogar and I have Xena here as well. You can replace Xena with, with Moraz, for example. I'm just bringing in heroes that can deal good damage. Okay, so these are the heroes that I'm going to focus on. And then what you would normally do is you would go ahead and activate all of these heroes so that you can get more mana in here, and then so you can be prepared for the next one. And so now we're going to be targeting Umamumi next, because what happens is she's going to be casting negative spells on you, and if she lands it, then she's going to then actually deal up to 25%, true damage to you, and you don't want that, right? But having immunity is going to be your savior here, because once you can get rid of Perrin is really the one that's going to be the most dangerous. As soon as you can get past him, then it should be easy for you just to go through and get, basically focus on, getting rid of Perrin first, then get rid of Umi. Those are going to be the headaches, so to speak, and then you can just focus on taking down the rest of them. So this is going to be level 13, but you can be applied to 13, 17, 1 and level 9, like level 1, level 5, level 9. All of these levels can use this similar setup. I would probably say that if you have Sigil, that would be best. At level 20 though, you're going to want to make sure that you have, or at level 17, you're going to want to make sure that you have, a level 60 heroes if possible. Right now, I can still get away with the level 50 hero, but you'll want to make sure that you are at level 6 at least. Now let's jump into level 14. So the debuff for this team is no taunting. And so at the beginning of the turn, every single turn, your taunt is going to be removed. And so you can't bring in a tank, essentially. None of your taunt's going to work, so it doesn't really matter. You could use provoke. Provoke is one option if you needed a hero that can provoke, or you just come in without any tanks for this case. So I built Sabina just fast enough to be faster than the rest of the teams here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start out by trying to cleanse out their abilities, and which we were able to do a little bit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try this one more time, and then what we're going to do is we are going to inflict. We're going to go ahead and inflict Assassin's Mark using Vepris here, and we can go ahead and deal some damage. So this is the case where one of the things you can do is if you wanted to load up on potions, you can, so that you can use the skills here, and then you can just try and land up again. And you can see that we were able to actually get one more. We will actually get one more set of Assassin's Mark on, and then what you can do here is we can go and I don't think I'll be able to get any blue matches, so we're just gonna go with that. Okay, and so this is going to allow us to set up for the next turn again. So what we can do is we can go ahead and activate here, and then basically put curse and heal block and everything, just a bunch of negative stats on them. And one of the members that you do want to make sure that you can clear out is going to be Cetus here. So if you wanted to, you can just go ahead and use your potion to get some more attack in. Sometimes it's worth it just to use it one time, or maybe just like, one or two times to help you get past that damage threshold. So this is level 14 using Sabina and also Vepris. Again, you can use any other sort of combination of heroes, but you do need to make sure that you have somebody that can get rid of, you can cleanse. And having Vepris is going to be helpful because you can deal damage to a lot of the enemies at the same time. But Cetus is going to be one that you want to take here first. We're on to 15 now. This is also the same as level 19. The debuff here is all of your positive stats will be removed after every 5 turns. And so if you're depending on a lot of positive stats, that does get removed after 5 turns. So there's just something to be careful. This is the team where you want to bring in a hero that can actually do strip. You want to be able to strip Akuma's invincibility. If you don't, you're going to lose all of your team. And so I brought in Cyril as somebody who has a guaranteed dispel. You can bring in any other dispeller if you can. You can use a filter to look for how to find a hero that has stripping ability. I'm bringing a tank, Martin, and then Masako is going to be my main damage dealer against both Durgal as well as Helica. Okay, and it's likely that we may end up having to deal damage against Caleb, depending on whether or not he's able to get the spell off. And so here's another option where if you wanted to, you could also bring in a area of effect damage dealer, such as Perrin, or if you have Gabriella. All of these heroes can be good, but you can't rely on stuns or sleeps. Okay, and so we're going to go back and put in Masako again, and then we're going to jump in fight. Notice I haven't changed my my potion loadout at all, because this, in my opinion, is the ideal. It is really the ideal composition of the potions that can be useful. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and do this, and we are going to be targeting down Durgal right now, and unfortunately, it looks like I'm not able to activate. It looks like I wasn't able to activate Masako just yet, and so this is the choice that I need to make. Do I go ahead and activate, using the potion or not? And I think that actually may not be a bad thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and first aim Durgal using Masako to get rid of him. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now get rid of Akuma. He is going to revive himself, and then I'm going to use Cyril's ability against him. Take out Helica. And so that is level 15. That was a little bit harder, but we managed to get it. So the moral of the story here is if you are able to get Akuma down early, you should do that, and then use Cyril on him when he only has invincibility. Otherwise, if he has other positive stats on it, that ends up buffering for him, and you end up stripping the wrong thing, and that can take a long time for the fight. But we were able to prevail in the end, and so we're on to the last level. All right, so we're now on level 16, which is the same as level 20. The heroes here, the debuffs are Piercing Frost, which means your players will have 50% less resistance. And that is because this is a very debuff focused team. You have Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus. When Mr. Claus is alive, Mrs. Claus will indeed freeze you when she uses her skill. And you've got Yaga that's going to put a lot of negative stats on you as well. And then you've got Capre, who will ignore defense and ignore taunt and will damage you 3 times and stun you, and he's going to deal lots and lots of damage. In fact, I think he could one-shot you when he uses the skill. And so I'm bringing Umi into the mix here, and I'm going to show you how she works. But the other teams here, you can use Kuntar, you can use Masako, and you can use heroes that give you additional mana, so that you can actually you can actually deal damage. The speed that you need to beat here is 310. So unfortunately, I don't have 310 speed right now. But what I am going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to use her skill to actually start, by dealing damage to our opponents, right? And so I also have Masako here, and so we're gonna go ahead and first take out Yaga, okay? And let's see, so I have only 20. And so another thing that I can do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and just use 2 pots here. Normally I would have a small, you can have a small mana potion with it if you want as well. But this will ensure that we don't end up having a situation where we're going to get frozen by Mrs. Claus. And that's what you want to avoid. Okay. And what we're going to end up with is we're going to end with Virgil powering up Capri, and Capri is going to end up taking us out. That's what's going to end up happening. And so we are going to, we're probably also going to get hit by, no, we're not going to get hit by Santa, but you'll see what Capri does. So he's going to hit you 3 times and he's going to knock you out, or he's just going to flat out take out your health. And so I have Kuntar here, who's also going to be able to just deal some massive damage. All right. But what we're going to do is we're going to be utilizing Uma Umi's ability, and I have a hope set on her, so you can see that she actually was able to activate more than once. And sometimes I can get lucky, and then she'll actually use her skill multiple times. It feels like her skill is a little bit weaker. I'm not sure if I have her fully toned, fully booked, and she does 25%. So I thought that I would be dealing more damage there, but you can see there's not as much damage as I would have liked to see, but we're okay, right? So we're just gonna focus fire on Capri right now with our damage dealers, okay? And then we're going to use our skill. I don't actually need to bring back Masako, because we have enough speed right now between all of us to be able to take down Capri. And with all of the negative stats that's loaded on him, he's going to die in the next turn anyway. Okay, and so we are at this point good to go. And so this is the power of Uma Umi, and this is the power of a team that can generate lots of damage. Okay, and Hope Set is perfect for these type of heroes. To look activating it 3 times in a row. That's twice in this engagement already. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so with this, I think we're actually going to go ahead and use Kuntar and just finish off Virgil, and that is level 16. Same thing as level 20 as well. And so if you have Uma Umi, highly recommend that you level her up and then try against these levels. It's very very useful. So I mentioned I was going to talk about the various different legendary relics. So the first one that is obtainable, if you don't have Mirage, it's still possible to obtain, would be the Golden Cyclone. You need 4,000 points for this, 4,000 trophies. And this one will give you increased attack. It's going to give you additional damage on your hero's ability, and he's going to deal more damage based on positive stats on them and negative stats on the enemy. So you're going to get tons and tons of damage if you can use it on an enemy, on a hero that can benefit from it. And so right now I have it equipped on Elgath, and you can equip it on any warrior or assassin or mage. Other than that, there's no requirements. I'll show you what I did with him afterwards as well. So this one is definitely worth leveling. You will benefit every warrior type, any sniper, any damage dealers. You're going to be able to get so much damage from this relic paired with any buffers, like Street Bog, for example, and pair with debuffers, you're going to get lots of damage. The other one that I think is really good is Guardian Angel. So Guardian Angel will increase. It basically increases whoever equips it the health by 10% increases up to, I think, to 20%, and then it increases the healing, which is amazing, and then it also has 100% chance to also grant protective shield to everyone as long as you do a heal. So if you heal at least one hero, every one of your on your team will gain additional protective shield, which is really strong. And then you've got Blade of Agony, which gives you additional speed and mana and gives you damage increase based on health lost. So in this case, he is going to be perfect for heroes that generally benefit from having low health, and that's going to be Akuma, and also going to be Akuma and Gorak. So if you're going up against the yellow boss, or you're going to be using Gorak, he also benefits a lot from it. And so right now I have it on my rogue guard because I was using him to do some attacks. But any heroes that will benefit from low health is going to be really, really good to use this for. And so what I'm going to do is in the follow-up video, I'll have a more comprehensive view of the relic itself. But in my opinion, all of these are worth leveling up. I decided to try and level up these higher. But I think that you could definitely sort of do a mixture if you want. I think if you like more of a defensive play, you should max out your Guardian Angel first. But Golden Cyclone and Blade of Agony, you could choose to level evenly depending on the parchments that you have. But I think all three of them can be prioritized in any order you like, and I think you'll be just fine. Me personally, what I did was we have the Corrupted Nagash, right? The green raid boss. You can see I was able to deal 3.2 million when I put the Cyclone on him. Okay, or not the Cyclone. Was it the Cyclone? Which one was it? It was, yeah. What I did was I put the Golden Cyclone on him and loaded up, burn stats on the boss and put Street Block on, skill on him. I was able to get a lot of damage on him. Okay, so it's really, really powerful, really useful. So all of these are really good to use. Anyway, so that's going to be it for me. I know it's a kind of a longer video, but hopefully this comprehensive sort of, walkthrough of the levels and what you can obtain is useful. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And also, what kind of team breakdown are you using? Join my Discord server. You can participate in conversations there, or you can just add your screenshots for your favorite teams, your favorite setup, and you can use that to help others as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next episode. Bye now.